Hey guys, welcome to week 3 of plant-based breakfast. It's quite exciting. It really is. I haven't started doing the lunch ones yet because I'm actually eating leftover breakfast for my lunch. Not really eating lunch, not really feeling hungry. I know I've got to put some together, I will do that. I have written them already, it's just doing them at the end of the day. So yeah, but I am going to keep going with the breakfast until we've got 5 weeks worth. So yeah, this morning it's going to be a fun start to the week. So let's crack on. Okay, so this is week 1, day 1, and this morning I'm getting together a breakfast that I can just grab and go because it's a streaming day and I need to and I have a lot of other things that I'm doing this morning, so I just want things that I can pick up quickly and just eat. So I'm going to cook off some of these part-baked baguettes. I've got some mushrooms, got some spinach. Just going to do a little stuffed baguette, really. Alright, let's crack on. Okay, so we're going to start off with our mushrooms, but we're going to do this a different way. Normally I would put butter in here, but we're not doing that. I'm going to put a little bit of water. Just a little bit. Okay, and we'll get the heat on. And we're actually going to start off with our mushrooms here, like this, that way round. Okay, so we're going to just steam those a little bit. Should take about 3 or 4 minutes each side. Not long, which is good, because you know, no one likes to wait. Bit of salt and pepper on each one. There we go, that looks like it's going to be hotter over that side, so we're just going to pop those there. Yep. Okay, we'll come back when we're going to flip them. Okay, time to turn these bad boys over. Yeah, we're gonna salt and pepper them again. I'm gonna turn that down a bit because I don't want to cause any, sparkage. Alright, and we're gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon juice. Tiny bit, not loads. You want to keep hold of this. Alright, and we'll just let that crack on. Do its thing. Might put a little bit more water in there. So we don't want the pan to go. Yeah, I don't want the smoke alarm going off, so we're going to do that. Alright, and we'll come back when they're done. Actually, at this point, we're going to chuck in our spinach as well. We're going to get a good handful of that. There we go. Because plenty of time. Use a fork or a tongs, don't do what I do. Right. Okay. Alrighty, so while that's finishing off, I'm going to make a little dressing to go with this. It's going to be very simple because it's first thing in the morning. I don't want it complicated. But we've got some tahini. Just going to use a spoonful of that. The rest of our half a lemon. Oh, look at that, seeds everywhere. Okay, gonna have to pick those out. Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna use some of my seasonal that I made earlier last year. Tiny little bit, you don't need loads. Also, you're going to add some of our vegan fumikake. Because yum! Let's see if we can start getting this mixed up. Hang on a sec. 2 seconds, just gotta mix this stuff in the pan. Pretty much done, I reckon. I reckon we're pretty much done. Right, we're gonna turn that off. I can just sit for a minute. Really good. This is quite claggy still, so I'm going to add a tiny bit of water. Not a lot. Tiny. Probably a tablespoon maybe at the most. Bit too claggy still. No, I want this to spread over the instead of butter, so that's fine. Okay, just as everything's ready, so is the bread. Everything's ready all at the same time, which means this whole thing is like taken 6-7 minutes tops. So I'll pop down here really quick, grab a plate. I want a couple of these little bad boys. Whew. Need bread knife. Okay. Okay. Ow. Really warm. Whoa, man. All right. Knife. Okay, get off. Right. I'm going to use this on here like the butter, like you would butter, because I'm not using butter obviously. I have a thing about bread must be buttered. It's a thing. So as long as I have something that's the equivalent of, I'm okay. Unfortunately, vegan butter is very expensive. So that's not going to happen. Not this week. Right. So we make do. First off, we're going to put a little bit of spinach. And then, I actually thought what would be really nice, is to have a bigger kitchen. No, just kidding. Not kidding. Not kidding at all. Right. So I'm going to break out some of these radish pods that I have right here. Yum, yum. That I pickled earlier last year. And we're just going to chuck a mushroom on like that. Yum yum. Okay, sorted. Number 2, couple of radish pods, mushroom, mushy room. Yeah, chuck that in. There we go. There we have it. Mushroom, spinach and radish baguettes for breakfast. Yum yum. Okay, so for this morning's breakfast, I'm going to be doing a plant-based version of not really vegetarian thing from Japan. Just little cabbage fritters basically. So I'm going to shred all this down with a couple of spring onions and I'll show you how to do the batter. Okay, so all we need is like half a cup of flour, and I'm going to add half a cup of buckwheat flour because I want it to have a bit of biting to it. And then we're going to add the oat milk, which would help if I'd opened it first. Oof. There we go. should be it. Just enough to make it like a, not too stiff, not too wet. That's pretty wet. Okay. But that's kind of okay because it's kind of the consistency we want. We don't want it too thick. We want it kind of the thickness of beaten egg, which to me, that kind of fits the bill for that. Yeah. Right. Because traditionally this recipe is done with eggs. Right. So, we're going to chuck our veg in. It's also normally done with green cabbage, but I don't have one. I've got a red one. So, and our spring onions. There we go. Let's get our magic wand. We can mix those. See, it's there really. It's not there to be the main ingredient, the butter. It's there to hold everything together while it's cooking. And to me, that looks about right, actually. Fun. Okay, let's go to the stove. Alright, so first off, on with the stove. And we're going to put a little bit of a neutral veg oil in the base of the pan. Okay, we're going to put it down to a just kind of medium to high heat. We don't want it to cook too quickly because if it does, then we won't be able to, you know, the veg won't cook. But we don't want it to do it so slowly that it just turns into a right old mess. So we're going to give first one of these, we're going to put that one there. Pan's not quite hot enough yet, but that's okay because it will still cook. It will still work. It'll still do the job. I'm only going to do 4 at this point because I think that's all I really need for breakfast. And I'll cook the rest off later. There we go. You still got enough for maybe 3 or 4 left, so it's pretty good going. And that's only 1/4 of a little red cabbage and 2 spring onions, so I think you're doing pretty good there. Right, I'm going to leave this to cook and I'll be back and flip them. Okay, I think they're ready to flip. There we go. Nice, very nice. Of course, these are going to take less time to cook the more shredded the cabbage is, and I just chunked it by hand this morning, so mine's going to be a little bit more crunchy than you could probably get it, but still yummy. Give it a squish. There we go. And while those are cooking, we're going to make our sauce. So we're going to be really, really simple with this. I'm just putting in some sesame seeds. I'm going to do a small squirt of sriracha, not a huge one. First thing in the morning, you don't want to kill yourself. Right, there we go. That's actually about a teaspoon. And we can do about a tablespoon of dark soy. And then I'm going to do a couple of tablespoons of the K-Cup mayonnaise. and that will be perfect, which is that one. Okay, so, and then just gonna mix it. Simples. Yum. Okay, I'm just waiting for those to finish off cooking. Alright, so we're almost there. Nice. Great. This one seems to be, oh, there we go. And they're all done. Simples. Okay. So, woo, shivers 1. I've got the shakes for all of a sudden 2, 3, and 4. And we've got our little dipping sauce on the side. Yum. Alright, I'm off. I've got breakfast to have. See ya. Okay, this morning I'm going to do something really quick and simple. It's basically half a cup of whatever veg you want. Like, well, half a cup of each of whatever veg you want. So I've got spring onions, cucumber, mushrooms, tomatoes, a little bit of red cabbage. And we're going to mix that up in some mixed grains. Not a lot, about a cupful. And then we're going to stick it in a wrap. Right, here we go. So this is about a cup of the mixed grains. And we're sticking all of this straight in here. This is a kind of thing that you can do the day before, and if you're doing any kind of prepping for things, you can get the grains done beginning of the week. Now I'm also going to add some of my homemade seasonal, which if you want the recipe it'll be in the card above. That's the flavours I'm wanting. So I've got those. Okay, now we're going to get our free from dairy-free plant-based cheese, cream cheese. Slather a bit of that all over this. Not a lot. I don't want a lot. Just enough to have it a bit of tang at the back. I'm going to stick fresh spinach, probably not that much, that looks a bit much. Right, fresh spinach, simple. I'm also going to get some flat leaf parsley, which I'm going to stick on there as is. You could have stuck that in the grains, but you know, you do what you like. And then good handful or 2 of your grain mix, and then we're going to roll it up. Just going to fold that way, get around this way. Get that done. Simple. I've got another one to do. Now I'm going to have my breakfast. Woohoo! Okay, so just to show you how the inside looks, ooh, it doesn't wanna. There we go. Yum! I'm off. Need my breakfast. See ya. Okay, so this morning I'm gonna do an equivalent to fried rice, but I'm gonna use some of my mixed grains. So there's spelt, freekeh and quinoa in there. It's all full of major proteins, which is awesome. Also got mushrooms, ginger, chili, spring onion, radish, mint, coriander, purple cabbage, and some spinach. And I'm going to have a stir fry. Yum. Okay, so we need to start this off with a little bit of oil. I'm just going to use a little bit of olive oil because that's what I have. And straight away, I'm going to pop All our veg and the herbs and everything that was on the board straight in there. Whoop. Boop, boop. First thing in the morning, you don't want to be mucking about, right? Also going to chuck in a really good handful of our spinach. I mean really good handful of our spinach. And then about 2 cups of, or a cup, whatever, use what you want. Depends how hungry you are. Use as much as you like. Simple. I'm going to do that, and now I'm going to go out and get my seasoning. So this morning I'm just using a little slosh of soy, dark soy, and I'm going to use a spoon of my favourite. Now I'm not sponsored, but this is absolutely amazing stuff, right? And if you've got any Asian grocery stores near you, you should be able to find it. I haven't had a problem finding it anywhere I've lived in the world, so don't tell me you can't find it, because you can. Alright. And just mix all of that. Only a couple of minutes and it'll be done. 2 minutes and it's done. Simple. Right, I'm off to have breakfast. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, so this morning I'm going to do something really, really quick, really, really simple, because I've just don't feel like it this morning. But I am very pleased that I pre-made a bunch of grains and beans and things, because that means I can do something very, very quick, very, very simple. Don't have to worry about cooking. So I've got about a cup or 2 of the grains. I'm going to get a cup of the beans, white bean mix. Also going to add good handful of chopped fresh parsley. Then I'm going to get some of my mint sauce that I made earlier this year. Chuck a bit of that in there. Get a squeeze of lemon going. Juice of half a lemon. Oops. Okay. It's alright. Got that one. And we're going to mix it up. Oh, it smells amazing. And it's not been really that difficult, to be honest, to get it all done. Right, now I want to make a tahini dressing for this. Okay, so I'm just going to put a good spoon of our tahini in there. Oops. Maybe pour in a little bit of the oil. In you go. Da-da. Use a little bit of the Dijon mustard. Just a little bit, not a lot. About half a teaspoon. And some of my seasonal, homemade seasonal. And then I'm going to put a little bit of white wine vinegar, just a splash. So I don't want too much because we've got quite a lot in the mint sauce in the salady bits already. Right, and that, my friends, oh, look at that, look Could make it a little bit thinner if I add a little bit of water. Just move the kettle really quickly. That should do it. Whoops, squish. Oh, amazing. I think I've still got a little bit of juice that I can squeeze out of this one. A few more drops. Make all the difference. Bounce the flavour up a little bit. That's that. Okay, so all we have to do now is we're going to scoop a wee bit of this up to our wrap. Drizzle a little bit of our tahini. Oh, yum. Doesn't need to be loads. Let go. Right, there we go. And then we're going to fold it all up. There's one. Let's go do two. Yum. Dressing. It's done. Simple. All good. I'm off. See you tomorrow. Okay, so this morning I've got some leftover bread from last night's soup. So I'm going to cut this in half. Get it open. Ta-da! Got some of my vegan cream cheese. My wandy thing. There it is. Get that on there. Yum. Then we're going to get our tomato, place it on here. Oh, good grief. Let go, let go, let go. And on here. Okay. Some pepper. And that's going under the grill. Okay, this is one. I only had it in there until the toast was going a bit brown on the edges. I didn't want it to completely burn. Done. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it's the end of the week and I'm not awake and the cat is driving me mad, so I want something quick because it's a streaming day today as well, so I just want to get things done. Right, so we're going to have 3 bananas, very yucky, slimy ones. Because that's what I've got. And I can't eat them any other way. Because it's just like in a smoothie. Like I can't. Once they get to this stage, it's banana bread or smoothies. And it's just easier for smoothies right now. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of maca. Healthy tablespoon of maca powder. We've got our 3 bananas. Oof. We're also going to add tablespoon of cocoa powder. Pure cocoa powder, right? Cocoa powder, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I don't care. Pure chocolate, powdered form. There you go. I'm going to add about a cup cashews. And then, oh my god, today. Then we're going to have a cup of oats. And then, now you're just going to add in some water. About a litre. There we go. Right. Okay. I want to get some honey in here, so I have to give that a crack. Oof. Alright, so I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of honey in here because why the hell not? And this is raw unpasteurized honey, which is the good stuff. It's got all the good stuff still in it. It hasn't been cooked out of it. You've got really good pollens in there that's going to help people who've got allergies. It is amazing stuff. It is good. And best part is, I get the spoon. Right. On. Bubbly goodness. Okay. Let's get this in here. Nice. So if you keep it blending for a little while, you're going to get with a really, really nice thick yumminess. It basically turns the oats and cashews into the milk. But because we've got both, and we got the bananas, we got that nice thick gooiness, yum, that you need from a smoothie. Okay, I'm gonna go. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next week.